Hey guys, welcome back to the O&D Life. Today we're gonna clean up some of the branches that I cut off of those logs that we cut down a little bit ago. So I did go ahead and put a pallet and attached an old wheelbarrow onto it. And so I've got my stuff in it, got the wood chipper on the back, and we're gonna head on up there. So stick around and hope you enjoy it. Thanks a lot. Welcome back to the O&D Life, where we get orange and dirty. This is where you can come for some lessons learned from a new tractor owner who learned the hard way, but also learn about some products that I've found that has made my tractor a lot more usable, a lot more enjoyable, and has helped me out tremendously around the homestead. So stick around, and today we'll be talking about something that I'm sure you'll enjoy. Okay, so as I go up the hill, let me just kind of mention, just prior to moving on out here, I filled up the chainsaw with some gas. Thought I had a little bit of gas left in a gas can, and thought I'd go ahead and fill it up. Did it right there in the wheelbarrow. I might have done it outside of it. I can't remember. I think it must have been in the wheelbarrow. Well, as it turns out, as I'm getting the gate opened up, I could smell gas. I thought, man, that's stronger than what I should be smelling. And sure enough, I forgot to put the lid back on the chainsaw gas cap. Put the gas cap back on. So it actually wasn't bad until I realized what it was and went over and picked up the chainsaw. So that was a little bit of a bad start to the day, but it ended up going just fine after that. So I pull in, and that's when it kind of hits me. Oh, I bet I better check that. And sure enough, pick it up, and it starts pouring out. So, anyways, thought I'd leave that in there. And, you know, actually, it really didn't get on much of anything. So that kind of worked out good. Here, we're gonna get going here, and what I did realize is that I needed to get the chain hooked up to the PTO shield. So I ended up having to turn it on off, get that chain hooked up. I didn't, because it was spinning around and hitting, so just that clanking was gonna drive me crazy. So I went ahead and got that hooked up, and then we'll get going. I'm going to just kind of let it play through with some music, and we'll add to the narration in a little bit. Okay, now that I am about to fill up my wheelbarrow, we're gonna cut to some footage where I'm moving it on out. So it worked out okay. It filled up a lot quicker than I thought it would, actually. I was going to put it down by the house, but then I kept debating myself whether or not I should just buy some mulch versus using this forest mulch, if you will, in case there's bugs and stuff. I don't know. Termites. Let me know what you guys think. I mean, as far as your own mulch and taking it and putting it by the house or not. What say you? So I decided to just go ahead and dump it on kind of the hillside up here by the horses that is too steep for me to take the mower on, so I end up having to weed eat it. But I figure I'd go ahead and dump all this mulch on top of that area so that way I don't have to weed eat it. So that was the plan there. I did try to dump the wheelbarrow with the forks, almost dumped it off sideways, got it lined up better and did it. After this first run, I ended up just jumping off the tractor, keeping it in place, jump off the tractor and tip the wheelbarrow, put it back down. It just worked out better that way. I didn't have to fiddle with, damaging something on the wheelbarrow, my setup, trying to tip it back over, back onto the pallet. And really, I just didn't have to worry about lining back up under a pallet. So you live and learn. Try and become a little more efficient. Next time I have a real big pile of branches, I'm gonna use my trailer, because the wheelbarrow filled up fast. I think it'll be perfect for when I'm trimming up around the house, but some of this bigger stuff, bigger piles, the wheelbarrow makeshift pallet it filled up too fast. So we'll get it back into position and fill her up again. I won't make you guys sit through, just repetitive chipping. I am going to jump to some footage and do some, where I'm talking in the video about the wood chips, and then show you a piece that got stuck. I was pushing the limits as far as the width or diameter of branches to put in, and ended up putting one in too big. Just wanted to give a sample. Once I got down to where I just had branches, and I had a few pretty thick ones too. In fact, I had one branch that is wedged in my hopper right now. A little bit too thick, too big of a diameter. So I was pushing the limits, and it worked. So as you can see, that was a little too big. I was testing the limits. I mean, it was chewing it up until I got to that end, and obviously it got wedged in there. So I got to figure out how I'm going to get this thing out. Wish me luck. I just wanted to give you a little closure and show you that piece of wood that I had to pull out of the hopper that got wedged in. I had tried to fit it in this way. This was the thickest part, but because of some of the other branches wouldn't quite get in there, so I thought, and so I fed it in the other way, and it took it all the way down to this point, and then it got wedged in here, and you guys saw that. I ended up using the chainsaw and cutting a little spot in here. I thought that might take some of the pressure off of it, and then I ended up using my log ox extension handle and was able to pry it out of there, no problem. But so I wanted to show you. So this side, it was chewing it up, and then it got wedged in there. But let's just measure how big is this? I mean, that's 6 inches across that way, 4 inches across that way. So it was chewing it up, no problem. It wasn't bogging down that I could tell. And so for branches, and good sized branches, that chipper is a beast. It does clog up a little bit with smaller bushy stuff if you try and force feed it. So moral of the story, stick with the branches, maybe let it sit for a little bit, let the branches, smaller stuff become more brittle, so it has a twig breaker inside it, so it'll break them off versus just bending them and them getting through and clogging it up. So hope you enjoyed the video. Hit the like button, the thumbs up. It helps get the video suggested. Please leave me a comment. Let me know what some of your thoughts are about mulch and using, you know, natural mulch, I guess you'd call it, organic. So just let me know. And if you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. And what am I leaving out here? Like, subscribe, comment. Check out the description for some other videos that you might like. Link to my Facebook O&D Life page, as well as a Amazon store. So thanks a lot, guys. O&D out.